In this video, we're going to use the Swiss ball to help you find a deeper sense of core strength and to help you train your balance. I'll also show you 2 ways at the end of using the ball to help you find the body position that you need if you want to start practicing with handstands. So grab your ball and let's begin to challenge your body in a whole new way. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to start in plank with our feet or our knees on the ball. So come on over. And it will be harder for you to have either your toes or your shins. So to make it easier, bring your knees onto the ball, okay? The first exercise we're going to do is to bring one knee to the elbow 8 times, all right? So I'm just going to show you, just briefly. It's going to be an action like this. Now, if you don't touch your knee to your elbow, it's not a big deal. Just do what you can and just do as many as you can, all right? So come into plank. Again, this is the first exercise is really helping to build core strength. So I know you will feel it after a few. So toes on the ball, shins, knees, whatever feels good. Now bring your right knee to your right elbow first, 8 times. Lift it up and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Second set, or left side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the second set. Okay, so back to the right side. And 1, 2, 3. Navel in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Last one. Let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let it go. Good. Okay, so come off to your ball now. And we're going to do something called a ball rollout, which from this position you're going to have your hands either side of the ball, okay? And it's a very small range of motion where you're pressing the ball forward and back, forward and back. We're going to be in a plank position. Now if that's too much, you're going to stay on your knees, all right? So it's this kind of action, but if you can go into plank, then try it in plank, all right? So hands should be on the side of your ball. I actually need to pump up my ball, but I couldn't find the pump for when I did this, so we just have to go with how it is. So come into plank. Now remember, small ranges of motion are more important, all right? This one we're going to do 6 to 8 times, whatever you can manage, 2 sets, all right? So let's go. 1, 2, 3, slow and controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop it down. So hopefully you'll feel it working your core. It's also working your serratus here, and it's also working your intercostal muscles up here between your ribs, all right? So building a lot of strength in a lot of different places. So we're going to do the second set. Small range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, navel in, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and drop it down. Good. I'm just going to stretch out my wrists in case you need to do that too. And it's a good thing to note that if you do feel, with some of these exercises, if you do feel a lot of weight sort of dropping into your wrists and a lot of pressure into your wrists, it could mean that you're not engaging your core enough. So the energy is all going down into your hands because you're like, you know, trying to balance and you're struggling a bit on your hands. So really remind yourself to engage your core, to suck your navel in, to engage your pelvic floor, all right? And that might take some of the weight out of your hands and free up your wrists a little, okay? So let's come to the next exercise. So this exercise is a ball squeeze. So we're going to squeeze the ball continuously for as long as you can. So we're going to hope and try and go for 20 seconds. But if you can't get to 20 seconds, again, it's not a big deal. All right. So from this position, from your plank, bring your feet on the ball and then slide the feet down the ball so that the inner part of your legs are gripping the ball. Now remember, don't let the ball go, okay? You want to squeeze continuously because that's where you're going to build the strength, all right? So let's begin for as long as you can. If you can only do 10 seconds or 5, it doesn't matter. That's better than nothing, okay? So build up to however long you can and let's go. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep squeezing. 5, 6, 7. Navel in. 8, 9, 10. Keep going. Squeeze. Don't let it go. 11, 12, 13, 14. Squeeze. 15, 16. Squeeze. 17, 18, 19, 20. And release. All right. So you can go on if you can, if your inner thighs will let you. But again, it's very important to keep that continuous engagement of the inner thighs. Draw your navel in, find that integrated strength throughout your entire midsection. All right, so let's go one more time. Slide the feet down. Now squeeze the ankles against the ball. That's it, pull the navel in and let's go. 1, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good for your bum. 2, 6, 7, 8, keep squeezing. 9, keep squeezing. 10, 11, navel in. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, squeeze. 18, 19, 20, and drop it down. That's hard. Okay, so those first 3 exercises have been quite good for Okay, so those first 3 exercises, been a little introduction to using the ball. So it doesn't take long for you to start to feel it really quickly. You don't have to be doing something for a full hour in order to get challenged. So the next few exercises are going to go up a notch a little bit. The first one now is we're going to hover one leg off the ball. And when the ball is super destabilizing, which is why it's so good to use it to train your balance, okay? Because it's hard, but it forces you to engage your whole body, your entire core, your entire midsection, in order not to fall off. So we're going to hover one leg off of the ball, and it's going to be an amazing exercise for strengthening your hip flexors, all right? So come on over into a plank position again. That's it. Now, just take one leg off the ball. Let's do the right leg, just for argument's sake. And you don't have to lift the leg up really high, but you're just hovering it and using the leg that's on the ball to stabilize you. All right, so let's go for as long as you can. Let's say 10 seconds to start with. All right, so let's go. Take it off. 1, 2, push down with the left foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you probably feel that it's your lifted leg that's doing the work, but it's not. It's the leg that's pushing into the ball, the hip flexors on that leg that you're really strengthening. All right, so let's go left side. Hover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. One more time each leg. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3. Push down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Last time. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, that was a challenge. All right, I'm just going to stretch out my wrists again. If you need to, go ahead. So the next exercise is, some of you may know crow pose, Bakasana. If you can do crow pose or Bakasana, this exercise is going to teach you how to do a straight arm crow. Straight arm crow is also called crane. So we're going to use the ball to find that position, and it's just another kind of level of the pose. So it's taking things up a little bit harder. So the idea, I'm just going to show you, the idea is to use your deep core muscles, your transverse abdominis, to squeeze your knees into your chest. All right, so from your plank, you're going to try to get your knees into your upper arms as high as you can, like this, and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then let it go. If you can't do 5, then obviously just do 1 or 2 seconds. Again, it really doesn't matter. Just give it a go, see how you get on, and again, keep sucking your belly in, engaging your pelvic floor, and using that core strength to pull the knees in. All right, so let's give it a go. It's also a great one for strengthening your back. You're trying to round your back a little bit as well after you come into it. Okay, so let's go. Let's see if we can hold it for maybe 10 seconds, but again, whatever you need. All right, so let's go. Ready? Squeeze in and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. Also forgot to mention, grip the floor with your fingertips as much as you can. Again, that will take the pressure out of the wrists. The tips of the fingers, you'll know you're doing it right because the tips of the fingers will be turning slightly white, okay? It's like you're creating a suction against the mat, all right? So the fingers will be slightly lifted, but the tips of the fingers will be pushing down. Let's try that one more time. Little crane preparation. Let's go for 1, squeeze, 2, 3, round the back, push the fingers down, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and relax. And come down to your knees for a moment. And so we're almost done. It's not a very long class, this one, but the final 2, if you're looking to work on or starting a handstand practice, these last 2 exercises are going to be super good for teaching you the body position that you need to find, the idea of proprioception, where your body is in space in order to be able to lift up into a handstand. And using the ball, when I started to use the ball to help me with handstands, it completely changed my practice. Because I started to actually feel where I needed to be in order to balance. All right. Again, we're going to be holding the lift, the leg lift, so that you can build strength. Hold it as long as you need. Okay, a couple of seconds is all you need. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is a one-legged lift. I'm just going to show you. And you're going to take your leg up as high as you possibly can. You may not know how high your leg's going, obviously. You may just obviously feel it, but you may not know how high your leg is going. So do what you can. So to begin with, come over onto your knees, bring them onto the ball. Again, have your hands in the plank position and try to go as steady as you can and as controlled as you can and as slowly as you can. There's no need to go quickly because you might find that you just topple, all right? So what we're looking for is to use the ball to stabilize and to lift the opposite leg, okay? So I'm going to come back a little bit. Use your core strength to pull your hips up towards the sky to bring them over the shoulders and over the wrists, and you're going to lift one leg up and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and set it down. Okay, so again, it's core strength that's pulling and lifting your hips up. It's hip flexor strength also that's holding you there at the top. Do what you can. Both legs, you'll feel it much easier or harder on one leg than the other. All right, I know I do. Let's start with the right leg on the ball and lifting the left. Okay, so we'll just do this twice each side. So let's go. Ready? Use your core strength. Slide forward and lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and set it down. So as you can see, it's giving you the idea as well of where your hips need to be in order to balance. Now your hips, as I said, need to be directly over your wrists and your shoulders. You need to be stacked properly in order to stay up there. All right, let's do the other leg. So left leg. I find this side much harder, so I'm going to do what I can. Left leg stays on the ball. Pull the belly in. That's it. Now point your right toes and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and set it down. We'll do the other side. Right leg stays on the ball. That's it. Navel in, push down, and lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it go. Last leg. Off we go. Straighten out the legs. Take an inhale. As you exhale, pull and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. See how exhausting it is? Okay, I'm just going to shake up my wrist before we finish with the last exercise, which again is going to be the same, or giving you the same idea of proprioception of where your hips need to be in space in order to balance in a handstand. But depending on how flexible your hamstrings are, will depend how high you bring your hips up. All right, so I'll just show you. So this last one is called, it's pretty much a preparation for if you're looking to press into a handstand. So with your feet on the ball, come into your plank position again. So you're trying to, again, use your core, similar idea, but use your core to pull the hips up so that just your toes are balancing on the ball, okay? And then when you have your toes balancing on the ball, you push down with your hands and you push through your shoulders and you try to stay for 5 counts like we did. So I'm going to show you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. So you can see if your hamstrings are feeling tighter, it might be harder for you obviously to straighten out your legs. All right, so just do what you can. Hold it for as long as you can. Some of you, your hips might just be somewhere here, okay, and that's okay. If you keep practicing, then you'll go a little further each time. All right, so go nice and slowly, go as controlled as you can, don't rush it. Exhale as you lift. Straighten out the legs, suck the belly in. Make sure you're really feeling it as you pull and lift the hips up and hold for 1. Push down with the hands, grip the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, and set it down and release. Good. You can do more of those in your own time if you like. You get the idea. The ball is just a really good way to help you challenge your body in a whole new way. And it's also super good for teaching you that idea of integrated strength, especially for something like a handstand, where you need core strength, hip flexor strength, back strength, shoulder strength. Everything needs to be aligned. Everything needs to be engaged in order for you to stay up there. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Keep practicing and I'll see you soon. Namaste.